Hey, what's going on? It's the Bearded Realtor back at you again on a new video. Hey, so in today's video, we're going to talk about a renovation and VA renovation loan. All right. So we're going to talk about those two loans too as well, because they're very, very important in the current market that we're in. A lot of buyers have changed their criteria and they want that dream home. So we're going to talk about those two types of loan here in a second. So stay tuned. So Bearded Realtor here with my lovely co-host and preferred lender, Cassandra Dorsonville.
Hey.
All right, so we want to talk about the 203K in VA renovation loans.
Yes.
Okay, so for a while during COVID, a lot of lenders weren't doing those loans.
Yeah.
What was, give us some background. What was this too risky? Or
yes, exactly. Okay. And then also too, what a lot of lenders were seeing was that contractors weren't able to get the supplies, causing the delay with funding, completely funding the renovation cost. Gotcha. So when that happened, they just kind of pulled back. Gotcha. So now a lot of lenders are bringing those back in, bringing those loan products back in and available.
Gotcha. So now those loan products are available. People can start getting those renovation 203K loans and those VA renovation loans.
Yes.
So what is the difference between a 203K and a VA renovation loan?
So same concept, just different term, and different for a different agency. Okay. So the 203K is for FHA loans. FHA loans is your 203K where you can take money to renovate your house. No real major structural changes. The upgrades, roof replacement, basic renovation type. And then your VA renovation, same thing. I mean, even your conventional loans have that, and USDA. So, I take it back. I'm not sure about the USDA. Okay.
So we'll say no.
Yeah, but 203K is for FHA, and your VA renovation is the same thing where on a VA insured loan, you can renovate. Okay.
And then just quickly off topic, here in Duval is the only county that we cannot do USDA. Right or wrong?
Yeah, because there's not a lot of rural areas. Yeah.
So we'll talk about that in another video.
Another video.
All right, that's another topic. So questions I found on the internet about 203K loans. So do I have to make the monthly payment on the loan while the home is being renovated?
Yes, you do.
So you do have to make it.
Absolutely. So the way it works, it's like a one-time close. So let's say you're purchasing a house for $200,000 and your renovation cost is about $30,000. Your loan that is going to be financed is $230,000. That $30,000 is going to sit in reserves to help pay for the contractors as they complete the work. So that's how. So essentially, you got to make your payments. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, give us the rundown of how this process goes. You find a house, you need some work, and then where do you go from there?
Yep. So it depends. So like, let's say for FHA. FHA requires that you use a licensed contractor. It cannot be somebody that you know. It cannot be an unlicensed person, and it can't be you. So like if you're the buyer and you're a contractor, you cannot do your own work. And it has to be approved by HUD, FHA, Housing Urban Development. So they have to make sure they review the estimate, the contractor, make sure that they're qualified. And it's very tight process for FHA. And then once they approve the work, like they get the loan estimate from the contractor, they get the estimated hours, they approve it, and then at that point, then you just go through your normal process. You also too have to make sure that you don't want to get too crazy with the renovation and it doesn't support the value. So just like hard money lending, they're going to lend you 75% of the after repair value, up to 75% of the after repair value. So that's just something to be mindful for, that they're only going to lend for your renovation costs, so it doesn't exceed that 75% of the after repair value.
Okay, so you bring up a couple questions I want to ask. So with the contractors, do they provide you contractors, or you got to pick your own contractors? How does that work?
They do have a list of contractors that you can choose from, or you can use your own. The list that HUD provides for contractors is probably best to try to get your own. Yeah, because I have seen where there's a delay as far as those contractors getting back to you, getting you what you need. And a lot of contractors, because it's just so tedious for FHA, they try not to be bothered with it. So That's also something too. But if you find a contractor who's willing to, and then also two contractors want to get paid before.
Gotcha.
Whereas when you're doing these renovation loans, you're getting paid as the work is being done.
Okay. So basically what I hear you saying is the fact that we should not pick a contractor that's on the list with FHA, just because it's kind of hard to work with those people because they don't like the tediousness of how they do it.
If possible, then at the same time, if you do find your own contractor, you just have to make sure that they can get approved by HUD.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
And then, so the VA process kind of works the same way, 75%.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And then, so as far as the rehab funds to the contractor, who pays them? Do you pay them?
Yeah, so the lender. So once your loan is closed, realtor is paid, everybody's paid. The funds that was approved for your renovation costs sits in reserves. So the lender holds that money, and then they pay the contractor as the job is done.
Gotcha. Okay. And then,
and in the event, let's say if you requested $30,000 for renovation cost, and you only use $25,000, that $5,000 that you have left over will actually be added towards your principal balance, bringing your principal balance by that difference. So all hope is not lost. No, you don't get that money back in your pocket, but it does get applied to your renovation.
Gotcha. As a buyer, can some of the rehab costs can I pay for some of the rehab costs if I wanted something a little bit extra? Maybe a marble or different type of quality stuff. I want to pay a little extra to get that. Would that be possible?
So you mean like if let's say if your after repair value cap is $30,000, and you're really adamant on having those marble countertops, and it's going to take you over your approved limit, can you pay that extra? I want to say yes, but it probably still has to go through approval with the agency that's backing the loan, whether it be FHA, VA.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And then, so is there, what's the requirement for this 203K?
Really, as long as you're not doing any structural repairs to the property, then that's suitable. As far as like credit requirements, that it's still the same that applies for any other type of agency loan. Okay.
And then, so when you mentioned structural, does that mean if I wanted to add half a bath or?
Yeah, like anything where you're adding beams or drywall to expand, no.
Gotcha.
Not allowed.
All right, so can I build a house with a 203K?
No.
No
structural. I mean, that's a different type of loan. We do have loans that you can do like a construction to perm, but a renovation, no.
Gotcha. And then, so can a person use a 203K loan on a current home they own already?
Yeah.
Okay. So how does that work? Tell us about it.
It wouldn't really be. I'm trying to think that you could either do a cash out refinance or probably be, so like if you already own the property and you know that you want to do improvements.
Yeah.
Well, now that I'm thinking about it. So let's say a roof, right? You want to replace your roof, but you don't have the funds to do so. Doing a 203K, yes, would be suitable because when an appraiser comes out, they're going to say the roof is not up to par or whatever the case may be that would prevent financing. So yeah, in a nutshell, you can do a 203K on a home that's already existing or you're active.
So now, are there any restrictions on the type of home you can use a 203K or renovation loan on?
No.
So let's say, for instance, I wanted to buy a duplex. Would that be possible for me to buy a duplex, renovate it, and do the same thing?
As long as the property meets, like if you're doing FHA to do 203K, as long as that property is eligible for FHA, then yes, you can.
Cool. So in a nutshell, you would essentially buy a house that needs some work. It still has to become between that,
75% ARV. After repair value.
So you know what that means, which means that after the house is fully completed and it's fixed, the value is a max amount it will give you for your loan.
Exactly.
Which includes your repairs too. So, and so basically, what else is there to a 203K loan? Is there anything else someone would need to know?
No, I mean, there are, I mean, as long as you're not doing those structural repairs, then there's really nothing else to it.
Okay.
The only part to be prepared for when you're doing an FHA 2 or 3K loan is really when it comes to that contractor, getting that general contractor approved by HUD if you're not using somebody from their list.
Gotcha.
That's probably like the most tedious part of the transaction. But other than that, yeah.
Got you. And then so here's another one that I thought about myself. So does FHA or VA put you with a representative that will look at the property, make sure
Yes.
the repairs and design houses?
Yeah, they have, like HUD, they have a counselor that they assign to it that will actually make sure that they're kind of like the overseer for FHA, and the same thing for VA. Like they have that overseer to make sure the work is being done accordingly.
Okay, and then here's a question that may be in your wheelhouse, may not be, but as far as the work that's being done by the contractor, that's being insured by HUD, yourself, or who's in charge of if anything doesn't fix to the right way the buyer wants? Say for instance, we wanted this sink over here, or we wanted something done that they didn't do. So who's really talking directly to the contractor?
So it's typically the borrower. You know, the homeowner is the one that's having that communication with the contractor. These contractors are not going to get paid until the work is done. But at the same time, let's say if they install the wrong color granite, like you wanted tan versus the black that they installed, will the lender not disperse funds? That I'm not sure, because they technically didn't install it. Just hopefully the contractor would do right by the homeowner and, just do what they've asked them to do.
Gotcha. Okay. So you heard it here first. You can get a 2 or 3K or VA renovation loan.
Or conventional renovation loan.
As well. And then you get those repairs taken care of, then rolled up into that loan. So how can people reach you?
If you want to reach me, you can call or text at 904-903-1183, or you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram as the Dorsonville Group. So
great. So you heard it first. If you have any further questions or have something specific that you want to talk to her about your situation, reach out to her. She'll get back to you within, you said 24 hours. You get back
within
back
one
hours.
business day. I mean, I even work on the weekends sometimes. So
That's what we do, right?
yeah, we got to make our clients happy.
Absolutely. So that's all we have for you today. Greatly appreciate you watching this video. Also, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate the thumbs up if you're enjoying the content, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. That's all I have for you today. Bearded Realtor, and we'll talk to you soon.
And Cassandra, the Dorsonville Group.
Bye.
Deuces.